guys, it is McDonald's Halloween bucket day. It's the 18th. My whole day is committed to getting these Halloween buckets and then Jackson's OT. What I'm gonna do, my plan is to go to McDonald's at 10:30, like right when they switch over to lunch, and get it because Jackson's lunch starts really early. They start walking towards lunch at like 10:55, and they have their lunch at 11 at his school. The little ones do, and then they have like a snack time too. So my plan is, if I can get it like at the switch over at 10:30, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if people are gonna be like crazy waiting in line. Like I saw like a bunch of people that were stressed out about it, like me. Like, so what's gonna happen? Do you think there'll be lines? Like, people are talking about it in comments on Facebook where like the media was posting that this is happening today. And then I saw some people said their McDonald's already gave them the buckets. But I'm really excited about this. I told Jackson, I packed him a lunch, and I told him, look, take your lunch to lunch. If mommy's not there, I'm stuck in line, and I'll have the Happy Meal bucket for you after, because he's really pumped about it too. I'm also pumped about it. I'm getting one for myself. I plan to go and hopefully get all three at some point. So I'm hoping I can just, nobody's thinking to go at 10:30, like, and I can just get it and then go have lunch with him at school and surprise him with it. But I told him, if you don't see mommy, eat the lunch I packed, like, because I didn't get the bucket on time. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go and hopefully get the bucket. And I have like, I'm gonna tell you guys about this weekend, the camp out and stuff at the end of this vlog, because I tried doing it earlier. I actually had to get my ring light out and turn it on because the camera was doing like weird color changes and like the video was all blown out and weird. So I will talk about the camp out stuff at the end of this vlog. It was a really great weekend. It was just really hot, and like 6 people total ended up going to the hospital for heat strokes, like by ambulance, but luckily no one in our pack. But it was intense. And you do stuff from 8 a.m. to like 9 p.m. was our last hike. We had 2 hikes that day. So I am like exhausted still, like, because I came home yesterday, or I came home Sunday, then yesterday was go, go, go. It was like a busy day. And then today is Halloween bucket day and OT. So let's go see if I can get this bucket. This is like weirdly important to me because as a child, I had an aesthetic mom. And when I say aesthetic mom, think the Instagrammers who everything has to be beige or like a theme, like, you know, and minimalist, and their kids. My mom had like a hippie aesthetic vibe. Not like, I don't know, like the boho vibe right now was my mom, like back when it was popular. And she was, yeah, she would go in our rooms and just throw stuff out while we were at school. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, my mom was terrible. Like, she wasn't. It's just, that was like her thing, is like, there's junk, I'm throwing it out, I'm throwing your toys out, I'm throwing this out. I don't think she uses this, they're not here. It would just, our stuff would just disappear. And it, like, I am autistic, and it, like, things being just as they were, exactly where I put them, especially with my ADHD too, like, I have a system. It may be chaotic, but I have a system. And like, when my things would just disappear, it would stress me out. Well, I pass those things on to my child because it's genetic. And so I've very much been aware of that his whole life. And if I sell his toys, it's the toys he chose that he was done with and he wants to sell. And then I give him the money because it was his things. They're his things. And I want him to grow up feeling secure and that his things are his, and he's not just going to come home and they're gone. Like, I want him to feel like this is his home with his things. When you're a kid and your stuff just disappears, you feel like it's not even like yours. Nothing's yours. Nothing belongs to you. People can just take things from you. I don't know how to explain it. And it might just be like, for me, my neurodivergency, like that was really hard on me as a kid. But the Halloween buckets, like, I loved them. When October was over, my mom would throw mine out. Like, just toss them. I loved keeping them in my room and setting them out as like Halloween decorations, but for like year round, I would use them to put my Barbie accessories and organize my crayons and my markers. And it wasn't the aesthetic. So when the Halloween month was over, into the trash they went. I'm not that kind of parent. And I kind of like want to strangle Instagram moms whose kids have no color or nothing that is their personality, or they won't let them buy a character t-shirt. Like, because you may think like they don't care, but I am a 38-year-old woman who very much looks back and feel like in my childhood, nothing was mine and I had no say or no control. Just, I get, if you want the rest of your house to look like that, that's fine. I'm anal about stuff too, right? But like when it comes to your kid's room, just let them express themselves. Let them have like mismatched stuff. Jackson has like balloons on his door from his birthday party last year. Venom, the Mylar that I deflated. He has like his dinosaur from his 4th birthday. This giant T-Rex on the freaking wall for the space wall. He's just like chilling in space, and it's just like, because it's his, and it makes me happy to see him having things the way he wants and expresses him. And it makes my heart really sad as a kid who pre-Instagram days had an aesthetic mom, like remembering that like I had no control in my room. I had no control over like what was in it, my things. And I don't think there was anything malicious about it with my mom. It was just like her personality, right? And I'm not like, you know, I didn't, like if she was alive today, I would be like, I can't believe you did this to me. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be like, you traumatized me. Like it's not that deep, but I'm just saying it does affect your kids. And like I look back and it makes me sad because as a child I felt like nothing was mine, or I had no control over anything, and I couldn't express myself. When I became older, like a teen, with my clothes and stuff, they started giving me a little more room for expression. And I think because my mom looked back and realized that like when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to have that. So she did kind of change her ways. And then she did let me be like the weird kid I was, with like multicolored hair, like plaid pants, like, you know, studded belt, all the fashion stuff I wanted. She did eventually go back and be like, I think she realized, as parents, we realize things and we grow from it and we do better. And I think that my mom did pick that up later in my teen years. So I will say that, but I'm just sharing my wisdom and experience with you. Okay, I need to shut up now and go get those buckets. Okay, I got them. They are smaller than our childhood ones, but that's okay. I'm rushing now to his school to get there on time because they took a really long time because they were switching over from breakfast to lunch and they had to start cooking breakfast. They start cooking lunch stuff, so like I totally understand, but now I'm like rushing to get to his school. Okay, I got them. I'm going to show you. I just had lunch with Jackson. He was very excited. His teacher was like, I'm so glad you actually made it. He's been talking about this all day. I'm like, so in McDonald's, it really wasn't that bad. I can't say how it is at lunch. I texted 2 of my friends that were trying to get it like at lunch just now. And one of them said they were in a really long line. For my McDonald's, there was probably like 10 or 12 people that were sitting in just the McDonald's like seating area waiting for it to be 10:30. So, and that includes me. So it really wasn't that bad. I wish I had just gone through the drive-thru though, because they took like, I noticed they were making stuff for the drive-thru, and they were going a little faster with it. So I'm like, next time I'd use the drive-thru whenever the next bucket comes out. I'm not sure if they're doing it like every week is a new one or every day is a different one. So yeah, Jackson was like, what's the next one? He was so excited. So if you guys remember, we had this, our lids look like this, except they were lids, and they kind of just made it look like the lid was on it, but it's not. I really wish there was a lid. Okay, sorry. My dogs were starting beef with neighbor dogs. So I really wish the lid was, they still had the lid, because that was like a fun part of it. You could use it for storage and it had the lid. But I'm not that upset at it. I'm just happy they brought it back. There's some people that are like, I refuse to buy it. I saw them on there like, I'm not gonna buy it because the lid's not on it. I'm like, okay, like you obviously are not like that excited about it if you can't just let the lid thing go. But if you're young and you weren't around when these buckets were around, the lids looked just like this, like a pumpkin top, and they sat on top. So anyways, what they do give you, since there's no lid, I'm going to show y'all, is these really cute activity things. So these are the costumes. And Jackson was really excited about this. I told him I'd put it in the kitchen and we'd do it when we got home from OT tonight. But they gives you stickers and you put them on the skeleton to make a costume. So, I mean, they did give you something. There's not a toy. So if you didn't grow up in the time where we had these, it was like the bucket with the lid, and then we would have the toy, and the toy would be like Nuggets dressed as like a pirate, or Frankenstein. Like it still came with toys. So his teacher is she's probably like my dad's age, and I was like, came like in the lunchroom, I was like, oh, because I barely made it on time, and she's like, oh, I'm so glad you made it. Like, he was worried you wouldn't make it. And I was like, yeah, I was in line for these. And she's like, what is that? And I was like, it's from like the 90s, the McDonald's pails that we had as kids. They brought them out. She's like, oh my God. Like, she probably thinks I'm nuts because I stood in line and then I like brought them that day. But anyways, okay, so really quick, I'm going to end this because we just go to OT tonight and I've got to prepare for that. And then we get home so late, we do homework and then he goes to bed. So there's not really anything else to vlog. And the rest of the day is kind of crazy, but I wanted to share this with you guys today. And so I'm just going to end the vlog with the TikTok I made from this weekend. I can't add the song. The song is like this country song that's just about like life goes too fast, basically. And so I will just probably add some other music and the TikTok here, and just share a little bit of our weekend, and I will see you guys in my next vlog. Bye.